Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Arpita Karwa. What if I told you that we are about to enter an age where everything felt upside down, where hope was lost, rules were broken, and even language seemed confused? Yes, we are talking about the modern age, the most complicated yet fascinating phase in English literature. Those of you who have been a part of my channel must be aware of the fact that this video that we are doing today is a part of a series wherein we are covering different ages of English literature. We started our journey a few weeks back from Anglo-Saxon age. We covered Chaucer, Elizabethan, Jacobean, Caroline, Restoration, Enlightenment, Romantics, and finally we ended it with Victorian age last week. And today we are here with the next age that starts around 1900s, which is known as the modern age. Now, friends, my intention behind doing this particular series is to ensure that everybody who is preparing for UGC NET is aware of different ages. He or she doesn't just know what that age was all about. He or she also understands the important writers, have a very exhaustive list of writers from where questions are getting asked, and that person also knows all the important works that the person has to remember for each of these writers. So, we are going to cover all of that in today's video. From the lens of modern age, we are going to look at not just the important writers, the famous writers. We'll also dive into the dramatic history that was there behind the modern age. We'll look at the unique features of modern age. And finally, we will definitely look at the most important writers and their must know works. Before we dive into details of modern age, let me also tell you that this was a time when people had just survived deadly wars, technology was taking over, old beliefs were slowly falling apart, and guess what? Literature reflected that chaos perfectly. No more fairy tale endings, no more flowery poetry. The modern age gave us real, raw, and revolutionary writing. If we talk about Victorian age, and if I have to describe Victorian age, I would say that it was about order, morals, and manners. Modern age, on the other hand, was about confusion, chaos, and questioning every day. But don't worry, I'm going to make it very, very simple and fun for you. So grab your pens and let's decode this bold and brilliant literary era together. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more valuable content. This video is a part of Chronological History of English Literature series, and you can find all the other videos which are part of the series in the playlist section of our channel. Okay, so now let's take a moment to zoom out and see what was really going on in the world during the modern age. Because trust me, literature doesn't come from nowhere. It's always shaped by the world around us. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that modern age began around 1900s when Queen Victoria died. That was in 1901. And it kind of lasted till 1950s, somewhere after World War II ended. Now, friends, a lot of things happened during these 50 years. It was a period of complete unrest, change, and deep questioning. Let's begin with the most defining events of this era. The two words, World War. Yes, not one, but two global wars happened during this period. The First World War, that happened between 1914 to 1918, shattered people's faith in humanity. Soldiers returned broken, countries were devastated, and world was grieving. Then, after a brief and unstable pause, came World War II. That started in 1939 and ended around 1945. This World War II brought even more destruction, bombs, dictatorship, genocide, and chaos. This constant sense of crisis made writers question everything from politics to philosophy, from faith to future. There was also a growing conflict between ideologies: democracy, fascism, communism. These weren't just words in textbooks, they were shaping nations. Russia saw a communist revolution, Germany fell under Hitler's Nazi rule, Italy turned fascist. These shifts created intense political debate and tension, and that too spilled into stories, and poems of the time. Let's not forget technology and urban life when we talk about modern age. Machines were changing the way people worked, cities were expanding, but all this progress didn't feel very human. Many writers started exploring what it means to feel alone in a crowd or lost in a fast moving world. The individual versus society became a major theme in most of the works. And now, another very important thing, colonialism and freedom movement. By this time, colonized nations like India were fighting for independence. At the same time, people in the West were starting to question the very idea of empire. Writers began to reflect not just pride, but guilt, confusion, criticism of colonialism. You will see a lot of people who were writing during the Victorian period were basking in this pride that, wow, Europe or West is so great and we are so much more superior than the East. People turned during the modern period. People started feeling guilt, confusion, and criticism for colonialism. And finally, all the females who are watching this video, they are going to be really happy to know that there was also a stark shift in gender roles. Women had entered the workforce during the wars because वही ना bread earners को सारे war पे चले गए तो घर कैसे चलेगा. तो females, women in general had to enter the workforce. They were demanding the rights to vote, to be heard, to be seen. Literature slowly started to explore female voices, identity, rebellion against traditional roles. And this was just the beginning of a new kind of feminist thought in writing. So, friends, as you see, modern age was messy, emotional, and deeply reflective. It was a time when people no longer believed in one truth. Instead, they searched for meaning in the world that felt shattered, and this search for meaning showed up clearly in literature of that time. By the way, friends, before we move on and discuss the most important writers and their phenomenal, groundbreaking work, let me tell you that I've created a special PDF that summarizes this entire video. I can actually see you through the screen writing these pointers as I am speaking and the words that are flashing on the screen. So if you are writing everything down, then it's time to pause because I have already created a PDF that summarizes everything that's there in this video, and those are going to be your exam ready notes. You just have to message on WhatsApp number that is flashing on your screen or click on the WhatsApp link that's there in the description box, and I'm going to send that handy PDF right on your phone. Alright friends, so now that we know what modern age looked like, it's time to also enter into writer's mind and see that what were the major themes and characteristics that were driving the literature written during this period. As you must have realized till now that the world during the modern age was falling apart, and so was the construct of stories. The writers weren't here to comfort people, but they were here to question. And that's how literature started looking like getting shaped during the modern age. It sounded completely different from how it has been during Romantics or let's say during the early Victorian as well. One of the most noticeable thing about modern age literature is that it moved away from traditional forms and styles. Writers were no longer following strict rules about structure, rhyme, storytelling. Instead, they wanted to find new ways to express the confusion, pain, complexity of modern life, which was never experienced before. Another very important thing was that there was a lot of experimentation. Writers played with language, style, and structure. They wanted to show emotions and thoughts more honestly, even if writing felt strange or different. One of the most famous techniques that was used during modern period was stream of consciousness. I'm pretty sure that if you're fond of Virginia Woolf or James Joyce, you already know a lot about this style of writing. But for those who are not aware of what stream of consciousness is, let me quickly describe it. It basically means writing exactly what a character is thinking or feeling without stopping or organizing it. It's like listening to somebody's mind or someone's mental chatter directly. सो लेट्स से मेरे दिमाग में एक थॉट आ रहा है और वो आ ही जा रहा है और उसकी वजह से और कहीं कुछ और चीजें लिंक होती जा रही है एंड आई कीप राइटिंग ऑल ऑफ दैट डाउन. सो हो सकता है फुल स्टॉप 30 pages बाद जाके लगे. That is what stream of consciousness looks like. Then another very interesting thing that you're going to see during modern age is that you'll see fragmented narratives, abrupt jumps in time, and a complete rejection of ideas that stories need to begin, build, and end in a straight line. Fragmented word जैसा real world था, messy, non-linear, deeply reflective. The same thing they were trying to copy in storytelling. कि fragmented है, pieces है, उनको आप जोड़ो and they'll try to make sense out of it. Then there was another very important thing that popped up was the rise of dystopian and satirical literature. Dystopian means stories about bad or scary futures. For example, 1984 को अगर आप देखोगे तो एक ऐसा वर्ल्ड दिखा रहे हैं जो बहुत ही ऐसे देख के ही लग रहा है कि माई गॉड हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू इवन सर्वाइव इन अ वर्ल्ड लाइक दैट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कल की फॉर दैट मैटर अगर आपने मूवी देखी है विच हैड अमिताभ एंड दीपिका, सो यू विल सी दैट कल्कि में भी एक डिस्टोपियन वर्ल्ड दिखाया है वेयर पीपल लूज फ्रीडम, गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल एवरीथिंग. सो दैट्स डिस्टोपियन वर्ल्ड. एंड dystopian and satirical literature क्यों popular हुआ? Because these stories actually warned people about what might happen if we were not careful. So that was another popular theme. Then writers also criticize society. They question things like class, gender roles, war, power. They showed how people were being treated fairly, or how society needed to change so much. Then if you look at modern poets, they were using two important tools, imagism and symbolism. So these were two movements also, and this basically means in simple terms that they were using images or simple words to show deeper meaning. For example, a broken clock in a poem might stand for lost time or regret. So इस type के symbols बहुत ज़्यादा popular हो रहे थे. If you have watched that play Look Back in Anger, you will realize कि इसमें इतने सारे symbols है. Bear, squirrel, iron, newspaper, ये जितनी भी चीजें आप उस पूरे play में देखोगे वो सब कुछ ना कुछ symbolize करती है. Another important idea was existentialism. This is a big word again. For somebody who is new to literature, he might feel कि existentialism क्या है? But meaning बहुत simple है. It is basically asking questions like why are we here? What is the purpose of life? Or do we really have freedom? So philosophical questions put करना जो गौतम बुद्ध ने किए थे when he was thinking कि वो क्यों इस palace में है and what it feels like to be outside the palace. तो वो कुछ existential questions के बारे में उन्होंने चर्चा करी थी. And finally, another very interesting theme that a lot of writers picked up were that many empires began to fall, and that's why writers from colonized countries started telling their own stories. They wrote about identity, culture, freedom, impact of colonization, and you can see how literature became more global and more honest about power. अब वो लोग भी लिख रहे थे जिन्होंने पावर के दूसरी तरफ थे, जिन्होंने बहुत ज़्यादा सफरिंग फेस करी है बिकॉज ऑफ सम पीपल होल्डिंग टू मच पावर. तो वो वाले लोगों के पास भी अब एक पावर आई थी कि अब वो भी अपनी बात लिखना शुरू करे. सो if you look at all the things that you see on screen, you will see that modern literature was very different. It was deep, emotional, and full of questions. Writers didn't want to entertain, but they were actually wanting to make people think. बिकॉज 2 वर्ल्ड वॉर हुए हैं, पूरा दुनिया में तबाही मची है. उस टाइम पे कोई रोमांस, कोई ब्यूटीफुल फेरी टेल स्टोरीज कैसे लिख पाएगा? वो एक ऐसा टाइम था जब हर इंसान को लग रहा था कि ये क्या हो रहा है? इज दिस द वर्ल्ड दैट वी हैव क्रिएटेड एंड हाउ बैड इज इट गोइंग टू गेट इन फ्यूचर? सो वो सारा जो पेन, सफरिंग, डिस्कम्फर्ट था वो सब लिटरेचर के रूप में निकल रहा था. Okay friends, so now it's turn to look at the major writers who didn't just live through the modern age, they actually wrote it into history. But before that, if you need a list of all the writers that you see on screen, then don't worry, we have already created a list for you that's available free of cost on my website, arpitakarwa.com. There's an exhaustive list of writers for each ages, not just modern age, where you will find all the writers that are repeatedly asked in net exam, all of them at a single place. So you can go and check out my website. So, when we talk about modern age, my friends, I have divided them into three categories. We have major novelists, then we have some dramatists, and then we have the poets. So, when we talk about the major novelists, of course, the list starts with George Orwell with his lovely Animal Farm. And then we have James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, D.H. Lawrence, Joseph Conrad, Aldous Huxley, Graham Greene, E.M. Foster, Ford Madox Ford, Arnold Bennett, H.G. Wells, J.M. Barrie, Rudyard Kipling and Samuel Butler. So these are the major novelists जिनके novels बार बार नेट में पूछे जा रहे हैं. Then, when we talk about dramatists, we don't have a lot of big names here. But then, of course, we have to start with G.B. Shaw. He has written some fabulous dramas, especially around the theme of war. Then we have T.S. Eliot, our classic modern age writer. John Galsworthy, who has written a beautiful work called Justice, which talks about are we actually able to give justice to a person. जो भी लोग solitary confinement में रहते हैं, उनके साथ में क्या होता है, what do they go through and is it really worth it? So ये चीज़ें pick up करी रही है by John Galsworthy. Then we have Zeno Casey and J.M. Singe. So these are the major dramatists, and finally we have major poets. So poet में of course we have T.S. Eliot. He was a dramatist as well as a poet. Apart from that, the ones who were strictly in writing poetry, we have W.H. Auden, W.B. Yeats, we have Siegfried Sohn, Wilfred Owen, Rupert Brooke, Robert Graves, Dylan Thomas, John Masefield, Alfred Noyes, and A. Husman. So these are the major poet of the modern age. And with that note, I think that we have covered quite a few writers, but what we haven't covered are the works that you should be reading in detail if in case you're preparing modern age from UGC net English perspective. So the next section is going to be about that. So kahin mat jaiye. Wait till we start talking about the main important canonical works that defined modern age. See friends, there are a lot of writers in modern age, but अगर हम बात करते हैं the major ones जिनके कुछ ऐसे works हैं जो आपको detail में पढ़ने हैं. So on top of the list, I think we have Virginia Woolf, and we have famous Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, and A Room of One's Own. A Room of One's Own is an essay written by her, which kind of defined feminism in modern age. Then T.S. Eliot, you all are aware of the fact that we cannot go away and sit in the exam without looking at T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. So that's there. उसके अलावा भी काफ़ी सारे और important works हैं, but I'm not going to ask you to read all of them because again, that's going to get too much for you. On the other hand, we have George Orwell. He's known for Animal Farm in 1984, both of which strongly criticize political system and totalitarian rule. Then we have G.B. Shaw, जिनके important plays में से 3 ऐसे plays हैं जो आपको पढ़ने ही पढ़ने हैं for net exam. We have Candida, Pygmalion and Saint John. ये 3 works you cannot skip. After that, we have W.H. Auden, very important poet. He has written some very well-known poems like In Memory of W.B. Yeats, then September 1, 1939, Playboy of the Western World. So these are the works that you have to read. Then we have W.B. Yeats, जिनका जो सबसे famous works हैं वो सारे के सारे Christian myths के around है. We have Easter Rising, Leda and the Swan, Sailing to Byzantium, and Second Coming. So these are the major poems that you should not be skipping. So these are the major writers that you should be looking at and the major works. On the last note, friends, if you are looking for video lectures that can explain the plot of all the important works of the modern age, then you can consider enrolling in my online course for UGC Net English. I'm proud to launch India's first animated video course wherein I've explained over 500 important plays, novels, and poems in engaging manner. For more details, you can check out the description box. So that's it from my side for this video lecture. I'll meet you very soon in the next video lecture. Till the time we meet next, happy learning, keep loving literature, and stay tuned to arpitakarwar.com.